It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Hiver beers, and this is a can of their Session IPA. It's a 330 milliliter can coming in at 4.9% ABV. Hello Hannah, if you're watching. Hannah is one of the owners of Hiver. I picked this up in Sainsbury's. It was £1.50-ish. Pretty good price. Here we go, let's get it open into a glass, see what we get. I went all the way down to London with these guys once. I say all the way, it's because I'm from Wales and we don't venture to London much. We launched one of their lagers, a Hiver lager. It was about, already, I mean it flies by, time don't have to just shoot by. I think it was about 2.5 years ago already, which is just like bananas. Back when the world was normal and you could just travel around and drink good beer and have fun with people. But here we go then, beer in the glass, 2-finger, white, yeah it's a white head, good levels of carbonation. It's an amber coloured ale. Interesting, so they've chosen to put a bit of darker, slightly kind of, maybe some red malt in here to get that kind of deeper amber colour. So without even getting the aroma or tasting the beer, I kind of understand already what we're going to get here. It's going to be something slightly biscuity and malty with hopefully a nice kind of hoppy finish on the back end with the aroma. Let's see if I'm correct. Yeah, absolutely. Not that I'm trying to be a smart ass or anything like that. It's just I've drank so many of these beers now. I can look at a beer and almost like read the can, Session IPA, look at a beer and go, yeah, it's going to be a well balanced malty stroke hoppy IPA. It's got a floralness to it. It's the honey. It's the honey. There's a sweet honey flavour in the beer, hence the amber colour. So Hiver, they normally make a honey beer. So all of the beers are kind of loosely based around honey. And I generally thought, when I picked this up, I thought they decided to go into a different direction, gone in a completely different direction and drop the whole honey thing, but they haven't here. You can definitely smell it. A lovely kind of sweet honey aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Yeah, it's nice. Definitely a lovely kind of well-rounded, nice mouthfeel. Nice bitterness, but before you get to that bitterness, you get quite a lot of the kind of biscuit malt flavours, plus quite a lot of honey. They've added quite a bit of honey to this beer. It's one of the most kind of honey infused beers that I've ever had on the channel. Sometimes it can be a little bit subtle, just a subtle hint of honey, but this really is full on. It's a full on honey taste and smell. And it gives the beer more of a rounded mouthfeel. It gives it more of a slight kind of creaminess on the mouthfeel, and it kind of sticks. You can feel that honey slightly sticky on the lips and on the inside of the mouth, and it's releasing more. What happens then is the beer stays on your palate a little bit longer, and the beer then releases on the palate a little bit more, stays on the palate, and you're getting more flavour from the beer. So nice crisp biscuit malt. It's very refreshing, but with a a hoppy, kind of slightly sticky mouthfeel, and a lovely bitterness on the back end. Good carbonation. Now I've drank some of the beer, I'm able to kind of wash it round in the glass and really get a good look at it. I've always been a fan of their beers, and I like their kind of mission statement. They've been going now a fair while, Hiver beers. They started off with their honey ale, and then they brought out a honey lager. Now they have a honey session IPA, and then they brought out their regular crisp lager, which was really good. That was the launch of that, but I haven't seen it. I went down to London, we released it. It was in a really fancy hotel in the middle of London. They decided to stock the beer, and I just had a wonderful afternoon. We did a live feed. I mean, I'm sure if you go on Facebook and search Hiver beers, you'll probably see me and Hannah, one of the owners. Hiver Hannah, I call her, or she's on my emails as Hiver Hannah. You'll see me and Hannah talking about the beer live on a live feed on Facebook if you wanted to go and take a look at it. About 2.5 years ago now. But it's decent in terms of hop flavour. It's a little lemony, a little grapefruity, and I think this sits well. This will definitely sit well with Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is very similar to Waitrose, where it's a slightly above market supermarket. And generally, when you have these supermarkets and they're always introducing new products, it's because I think people of that nature who shop in a slightly higher end supermarket are slightly more inquisitive into new things. They want to try new things rather than, say, your bargain basement place where you go and pick up a slab of carling for £15. Everywhere has its place. Everywhere has its place. I'm sure you can buy carling in Sainsbury's, by the way. It's just, I think this sits better in Sainsbury's because there's more of an inquisitive mind going into Sainsbury's to try new things. Right, yeah, it's a bee, honey infused beer. British bees, award-winning beer, IPA. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. Let's rate it. Hiver Fresh Natural Session IPA, 4.9% ABV. I like it. Looks good, smells good, tastes good. Very nice for the price. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!